Hey friends, welcome back to Copy In. I'm Sam, the founder and lead copywriter here at Nomad Copy Agency, and today we are talking about flash sales. Now, when you hear flash sale, you probably think like, great, discount your thing and send a million emails about it for a couple of days. Typical flash sales are going to be things like Black Friday or a Labor Day sale. But flash sales are so much more fun and interesting than that. And I don't want you to ever think that the only way to sell your product is to discount it, because that's absolutely not true. So flash sales can be really, really fun, and that's what we're going to talk about today. I'm also going to tell you about the flash sale workshop that I am hosting starting August 31st. This flash sale workshop is going to be 2 to 3 days, depends on which package you decide to join. But for 90 minutes each day, I'm going to tell you everything, like all the details of what goes into the flash sale ideas that I'm going to give you today. And then on day 2, you get my brain on it. So it's really just a kiki where we hang out and I help you strategize how to do yours based on what your goals are, what your list looks like, and where you're headed this fall. So then on day 3 for the VIP folks, that's where you get my eyes on your copy specifically, where I go in and I say, hey man, this is exactly what I would change in this email and why. And then after that, you can submit copy to me and my team, and we will send you back a personalized one-on-one loop. So if you want to just learn about it and strategize with me, great, grab the regular workshop. If you want my brain on your copy specifically, it's usually only available inside of Copy on Demand, but you can grab it with the VIP upgrade. I'll tell you the value of it later, but just so you know, all of this comes in at less than $200, and flash sales can help you make thousands, if not tens of thousands. And I'm going to tell you some of those stories today. So let's jump into talking about flash sales for small businesses. First of all, I run flash sales all the time, and I don't even think my list catches on that they're in the middle of a flash sale promotion. I believe that copy is for selling and that your email list is for selling. And so when I'm constantly just running these mini promotions, I think people are just really used to it. And that's half the trick, right? Is getting people used to clicking on your stuff, getting people exposed to what you offer. So let's talk about that. What are the goals of a flash sale? But before you decide what type of flash sale to run, I recommend knowing what your goals are. So the first one is pretty obvious: money. You want to run a flash sale so that people are excited to buy from you, so that you get a little cash infusion. They're not sustainable for running every single time you send an email is a different flash sale of something new, but you can structure a few emails to be a flash sale that helps you get an income injection, especially at the end of summer, where I think there's this really interesting dichotomy this year in the online business space, where on one hand, historically, most people's sales are really slow during July. It's the most common month in North America to take a vacation, so a lot of people are away from their offices. A lot of people in the online space are parents, and so their time is just different in the summer. And also, if you're one of the people that's on vacation, then you are one of the people who has stepped away. So your email list might be less engaged, or you might have just been putting less effort towards selling in the summer. So you need money after a potentially slow period. That's fine. That's a great goal to have. There's other goals that I think matter here, and the first is re-engagement. So if you've gone quiet on your list, or if your list has gone quiet on you, flash sales are a great way to get people back in the habit of clicking on your stuff, of being interested in what you have to offer, which is the next one, that they're interested in what you have to offer. You're not just coming back and telling them that you went to Colorado in the summer, right? You're coming back and you're telling them, this is what's coming. This is how you work with me. So money is number 1. Engagement is number 2. And the third is that you're priming people that you are somebody who sells stuff. And then finally, this one's kind of a secondary, but since it's number 4, it's like the pie in the sky, is list growth. So when I'm talking about flash sales, I'm specifically talking about them as if you're selling to your email list. But if you're running a flash sale and you're also talking about it over on social media, this could be a great way to start priming your full audience, not just your email audience, on what your offers are. So you could end up growing your list or bringing people on to your list for the first time as paid subscribers because of you running your flash sale elsewhere. So when we think about marketing as a more holistic thing rather than just your email list, an opportunity with a flash sale is that list growth. So most people plan for at least one of these 4 goals, if not a few of them. But I want you to know that if your only goal is to make money off of your flash sale, you're probably leaving opportunity on the table. Because what you're also getting from a flash sale is data of who is clicking on what offers, what offers might be attractive to your list. You might even be using a flash sale to introduce something that you haven't created yet, which leads me to part number 2 of this episode, talking about the types of flash sales. So on the first day of my workshop, I'm going to be talking about different types of flash sales far more in depth. So I want to give you a couple of unique ideas that I have used or that my clients have used recently. But if these are intriguing to you, jump into the workshop because I'm going to be talking about probably 2, if not 3 times as many really cool ideas for flash sales. So first flash sale, buy one, get one. I've run this one to my list a couple of times in the last year and it has worked out splendidly. I've done it for a done-for-you service. So I have a by-the-hour service. It's called Can You Write This For Me? I will put the link to canyourwritethisforme.com in the show notes. But Can You Write This For Me is when you have something on your to-do list and you just need to hand it off to a copywriter who's going to write it better and faster than you, or in the time that you don't feel like you have, that's Can You Write This For Me? So what I did is I said, if you buy 1 hour, I'll give you 1.5 for free. If you buy 2 hours, I will give you 3 of my hours for free. So it was a buy one, get one, but they got additional time. You could also run a buy one, get one to a digital product where if they buy, say, your bot, they will get the template for free or something like that. There's tons of ideas here with a buy one, get one. Another offer that I've seen really, really be interesting recently is the exit offer. So for that, I have seen people who are about to raise their prices or retire an offer one last opportunity to buy it from them at the cost that it currently is. So again, on both of these, notice that there's no discounting. It's with an exit offer, if something costs $1,000, you can say this is the last time you get it at $1,000. From here on out, it's either retiring or the price is going up. And that's your urgency so that people who have been thinking about buying from you have the opportunity to get it at the current price. Again, this one is huge for exposure and talking about what is to come in your business. And it's setting a precedent for people that to work with them costs more than $1,000. Doing that, then you're giving yourself a price anchor, which is really, really smart. It's a great way to get your offer in front of people. So again, that's like that exposure goal. Let's see. What other things have I seen recently? One that I really like is running a flash sale on the back of another company's launch. So an example here is that a lot of people are moving to Teachery from Thrivecart. And I talked about this in my last podcast episode as well, but a lot of people are moving away from Thrivecart. It just so happens, and I don't know anything about the inner workings of Teachery, so don't hold me to this, but my guess is that Teachery is raising their prices because they are suddenly getting a lot of traction because one of their competitors is pushing people in their direction. They had a lifetime deal. It's just ended right before I recorded this episode, and I recorded this episode a couple days before it's being launched. A couple days ago, they raised their lifetime price. It was $550. I think it went up to $850. But they ran a heck of a flash sale where they kept their current pricing, similar to the exit offer. What I've seen other people doing, their affiliates doing, because their affiliate commission is so good, is saying, if you buy Teachery with my offer, you'll get this thing for free. So I think this would be really smart for somebody who's, say, an OBM or a tech whiz who wants to sell people their service of helping them migrate into Teachery or set up their Teachery. This would be super smart to say, hey, if you buy Teachery with my link, I'll do a strategy call with you for free so that you can plan your move to Teachery really well. So that's what I mean by an affiliate offer, is you could run a flash sale that's not even to your offer, but offer a promise on the back end of the other person's offer or of the affiliate offer. But that's an example of that exit offer. So we've talked about BOGO, we've talked about exit offers, we've talked about affiliate offers. Another one that I see is an increasing discount. So for example, the more that you buy, the higher your discount is. An example of this in my real life is I live near Napa, California. I have wine memberships. And for those who don't know, it's part of the culture out here that if you have a winery that you really like, you tend to become a member of the winery. When you become a member of the winery, you commit to buying a certain amount of wine each year, but then the more you buy, there's typically a higher discount. So for me, something I've seen in my real life is that the winery that I belong to, if you spend like the regular basic membership amount per year, your standard discount on wine is, I think, 15%. So all the wine that you buy, all of the glasses that you buy when you're in the tasting room are going to be 15% off, period. But if you spend more than a couple $1,000s a year, that goes up to 20%. And then if you spend more than, again, I don't know what the tiers of membership are, but when you reach tier 3 of membership, it goes up to like 25% discount, which is what the restaurants in the area are getting. So you become part of this like inner circle. So that's a growing discount or an ascending discount. Another thing that you could do is a shrinking discount. So something that's timed. Again, I'm going to use alcohol as an example, but I remember when I was in college, it was a way to get people to come to the bars earlier in the day, especially on game days. I went to a Big Ten school, so we had a big football culture. So to get people to come out earlier in the day and ultimately probably spend more throughout the day, they would offer a really good discount or buy one, get one or something early in the day. And then that discount would go down as the clock ticked down on the football game. So during the first quarter, the discount was bigger than second quarter, etc. But we can do this in online business as well and say, hey, the first X number of people get this at a 50% discount. The next X number of people get it at a 40% discount. And then it's going to go down to 20 and stay there through the rest of the week. So no matter what, you know you're getting a 20% discount. Click here to grab it. That's how we could frame a descending discount. I have a ton of ideas and examples up my sleeve. I'm looking at my list on my desk right now, and there are 12 unique ideas here that we can use in online business. And I promise you that the two that I used is IRL businesses, the winery and the bar, are the only ones that are not service-based. So I've got ideas for you. So just remember, you don't need to discount your offers. In fact, it is really hard to tell people later that what you offer is worth what you say the price is when you've offered it at a discount, and that's the only time people have purchased it. So I caution people away from discounts in general, but there's ways to creatively frame a price that makes it really exciting for people to buy from you, and you can still create that urgency so that you get whatever your goal is, the income injection, the engagement, whatever it is that your goal is. So then, let's talk about how to pull offers out of your offer suite. Some of us have digital products. Great. You can bundle those. You can make a BOGO. You can come up with ideas around your digital products. Other things that you can do for done-for-you services is pull out a piece of your service and offer that on its own. So I have found from my experience with both myself and my clients that it is really hard to sell a done-for-you service when people don't need it. People aren't always launching. People aren't always rebranding their websites. So for me to run a flash sale to my copywriting services has to come at an opportune time. However, I can pull part of my offer out, say a strategy call, and run a flash sale to part of my offer where I don't have to create anything new. I can just reframe part of a course, part of a done-for-you service, offer it at a smaller amount than what it typically costs to work with me in the larger project, and make that a flash sale offer. Or what I've done before, and if you've been on my list for maybe 4 or 5 months, you might have seen me do this, but I thought of an idea for a product. It was a digital product template for the AI policy swipe files. And what I did is I wasn't sure if that was a good offer or not. So I ran a flash sale to my list and said, hey, I think this is incredibly valuable. It's going to be $100 later. Would you purchase it for $50 now? Like, you'll get the full thing. And so I ran it at a discount of what it would be when it went public. And dozens of people bought it. So it made it worth it for me to create the offer. So there's 3 ways to pull offers. You can pull an offer that you already have, period. You can pull an offer out of a larger product that you have, like a course or service offering, or you could run a flash sale to something that does not exist yet. Again, I really want to expand how we're thinking about flash sales and what the opportunities are here. I have a bunch more examples, and I'm happy to strategize this with you inside of the workshop, which you can find at the link in the show notes. Because once you know what your goals are and what type of sale you want to write, you work with me on getting the strategy. Then, and only then, you start writing. And this is where I'm really excited about the flash sale workshop, because I have long had a flash sale template with, I think there's 8 different emails in there for your pre, during, and post flash sale emails. And I have a bot that is trained on that template to help you write all of your flash sale emails. So each of those typically costs $97. However, I am giving them to you when you join the workshop, and the workshop is only $147. But I think it goes beyond just strategizing. I think there's that extra layer of accountability that happens when you have my eyes on your copy. You get the accountability to actually sit down and write it. So the first 2 days of the flash sale are 1, I'm teaching you all the different kinds of flash sales. Day 2, we're strategizing your flash sale, and you get access to the bot and the template. You actually get access when you sign up. So you could even start writing or like ideating well in advance. But then on day 3, VIPs only will get access to my thoughts on their copy. So we're going to do a Zoom room. We're going to break it into 2. That third day, you can either just hang out and use it as a co-working and hang out in the quiet room and just write your flash sale offer, or you can bounce over to the other Zoom room and get my eyes on your copy in a group format. This is where you say, what should my subject line be? And I will just riff it at you. You will hand me your copy and I say, this is what you need to write, or I will jump into your document and start writing a little bit. That is for 90 minutes on day 3. VIPs will also then be able to submit their entire flash sale copy to me. So all 5 to 8 emails that you might write. And my team and I will send you back a private, in case you didn't want to have your copy roasted in front of everybody on day 3. We will send you back a private copy review by Friday. So this starts on August 31st. You can join just the first 2 days, or you can jump in for all 3 days. On day 3, you send us your copy. By Friday, we will have a review to you. So I'm saying that by September 4th, you could have your whole Labor Day weekend sale written if you're American and you want to run a Labor Day weekend flash sale. You can use this for your Black Friday sale. If you've got a birthday coming up, if you just feel like running a flash sale because there's no reason that you need to wait until a holiday to run a flash sale, you can do that. So I want you to get your flash sale written so that you get your people excited to be clicking on your stuff, so that the tech gods are in your favor, so that you are starting to earn money and put your offers in front of people so that they know the quality of work that you provide well in advance of launch season, which most people are launching something between September and November. This is your opportunity to start priming your audience while making money doing it. The link to the workshop will be in the show notes. If you have questions about it, you guys know it's just me in my DMs. Shoot me a message on Instagram, or you can reach me at samantha@nomadcopyagency.com. Next week, we're going to talk a little bit more about one of my favorite types of flash sales. But if you are thinking about running a flash sale, or if now you're starting to think about running a flash sale, do it with me in your back pocket. And oh my gosh, I just realized I forgot to tell you the stories, because I have stories about these people who are running flash sales. So let me run through them really quickly. One of my favorites is my client, Heather. She is a book writing coach and a ghostwriter. And she ran a flash sale with just 2 resources. She grabbed my templates, and then she had me inside of Copy on Demand look over her copy and make sure that it was just poised to sell. She sent 2 emails to her list and made $40,000 on done-for-you services. She booked herself out for 6 months of ghostwriting with just 2 emails during her flash sale. Other success stories, I have had people pre-launch their product. So that's where I was telling you that how I had an idea for a template and I ran it to my list to see if they wanted it, and it helped me vet out the offer and get a bunch of beta testers. And they have sold dozens of their digital products at full price. So people are making thousands of dollars on their flash sales. I've had people run BOGO offers. I've had people use the affiliate idea to make thousands of dollars from their affiliates, which also then gets them prizes from the companies that they're affiliating for, gets them great exposure with the companies that they're affiliating for. They've made thousands running affiliate-related offers. And I've had people run flash sales to a service where they've pulled out part of their service for just a strategy call. And those not only turn into sales that they wouldn't have otherwise made, but turn into inquiries for full done-for-you offers now that people have had that taste of what it looks like to work with them. And the designer that I'm thinking of in my mind right now, she only sold 3 of her strategy session, but 2 of them turned into full done-for-you offers that are over $5,000 for each package. So you stand to make hundreds, you stand to make thousands from a flash sale. For $200, which includes the VIP offer, I will help you write yours inside of the workshop. You can grab the link in the show notes. If you have questions for me, reach out. I've already told you where to find me. Thanks for sticking with me with this slightly discombobulated episode. I'll talk to you next week.